My health topic is Clinical Depression by Bryn Braswell. What did I learn that I didn't already know? I believed that people that were depressed were only those that had a really bad incident that occurred sometime throughout their lifetime. Now I learned that people could become depressed for a variety of different reasons. I did not know that depression could also be neurological. I thought that people were just sad when they were actually diagnosed that they were clinically depressed. But there is actually a huge difference between the two. Clinical depression can also affect you mentally and or physically, to the point where medical intervention will work best. Also, antidepressants, which are the medicine that doctors usually give to depressed clients, can also be used for clients that suffer from anorexia, bulimia, or obsessive compulsive disorders. What would I now change in my life? I now have more compassion and an understanding for people that are clinically depressed. I thought before that sometimes people just said they were clinically depressed to get empathy from other people. Now I understand that people actually have their brain chemistry change when they are clinically depressed, and they even get sick physically sometimes. I have more tolerance for them now because I understand that it is definitely not their fault. They go through unforeseen circumstances that they do not want to talk about. Reading the symptoms of a person that is clinically depressed makes me understand that nobody would ever want to make up being clinically depressed. I now feel bad that I ever perceived a clinically depressed person as someone who was just seeking attention. Where did I find my best information? The best information that I found was an online source from the Children's Hospital in Boston. They had plenty of good information about teen and adult depression. I was not scared to use their source because I was positive that all of the facts that they had on their webpage were from a reliable source, and that all the information was definitely a valid source. The Children's Hospital in Boston taught me a lot about clinical depression because the website was very simple to follow and the reading was very easy to comprehend. I also learned a lot through my mom. She is a therapist and she was very excited to share all of her knowledge with me. She has always wanted to tell me about her studies and clients, but she knew that I did not understand clinical depression fully yet. Now I understand more about clinical depression, and I do not judge her clinically depressed clients. I will be able to converse with her more like an adult. She gave me many reliable sources that are from her studies, and I used them also. What did I find confusing or hard to understand? I found it hard to comprehend the difference between when someone is sad and when someone is actually diagnosed clinically depressed. I now understand that being sad is something that just occurs for a little while. They are not actually clinically depressed. Being depressed actually has to do with the brain. The brain chemistry actually changes when someone is clinically depressed. Being sad is completely different from being clinically depressed. Depression is physically and emotionally painful and also is long-lasting, whereas being sad is short and does not affect any physical or emotional aspect of your life. Being depressed is a very hard thing to overcome and is usually not overcome for a very long time. Thank you.